Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to Answering the Bell with Stormybman, our Sunday morning call in. For this February 11th, 2024, this is number 107 in the series of call-ins, and it is Super Bowl Sunday for some of you numbnuts out there. Numb to the fact that all of this stuff is preordained, huh? Yeah. I'm so thankful that I have put down the NFL, the NBA, and Major League Baseball many years ago. The only reason that I think I hang in with boxing is because people get bashed in the face, huh? And it's pleasant to watch people get bashed in the face. Sometimes you can imagine it being someone you want to bash in the face. And sometimes they imagine it being you that they bash in the face. Yeah! So, that's what makes boxing so sweet, huh? And Stormy continues to dip his feet in the waters of the sport of boxing, even though sometimes the water is filthy and it's sewer-like and everything. But you enjoy it all the same, just like a pig loves its slop. Yeah! So welcome, everybody. I hope that you woke up in your right frame of mind this morning. And if you didn't, F+, get the hell to the back of the class. Yeah. So, as we come in this morning with a new addition for Stormy, huh? Who has opened up his Instagram, huh? Yeah, so I can get more coverage over the foolishness that happens out here in the sport of boxing, because I don't like getting the news third and fourth hand, huh? Especially in an era of people, huh, making up stuff as they go, huh? Clickbaiters have become the ultimate master baiters, huh? With the news that you're supposed to be able to use in the sport of boxing, but they do it for views. Yeah. Unfortunately. So, with all of that being said, we're here for another Answering the Bell, the Sunday morning call-in, huh? Some of you still sleep, huh? Even though you might be tuned in, that don't mean you're awake, huh? But Stormy ain't got no alarm clock for you. You got to do that on your own. Yeah, because I ain't in the business of waking you up, huh? I'm not. Huh? I got my own responsibilities. But as it's been said before, everybody ain't gonna make it, huh? And if I spend too much time trying to rouse you out of a deep slumber, I might not make it, huh? And I ain't trying to be that. I'm trying to be on my merry way. That's right. Every man for himself. Yeah. I heard that line in one of my favorite kung fu movies. Huh? And it stuck with me ever since. I love that. Love it. So with that being said, what you got for me this morning, huh? What you got? Coming in here thinking that you're ready, huh? You got your notebooks, notepads together. You got your recordings ready. Yeah. But listen, it's a big thing for Stormy to have joined the gram. I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to say very much unless it's something to be said. And then I'll be out. Same as with Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Same with Patreon. As you can see, I have the icons on the screen here now. Full representation. A couple of brothers hit me up. Stormy, is that really you? You know, there's fake accounts out here. I'm like, yeah, I know it's fake accounts. That's why I kind of figured I better go ahead and put mine up there because, you know, clones, will be out there. Sometimes being cloned ain't such a bad thing, though. You know what? I'm going to tell you why. Two of our most famous cultural icons have been cloned to the death, after their death, actually. And that's Elvis, How many clones have you seen of Elvis, I think they got an Elvis clone review in Vegas. At least they used to have it. I don't know if it's still going on. But they have that, And then, of course, iconic martial arts film star Bruce Lee, How many times has that brother been cloned, Some have been weird, and some have been close but no cigar. But those Elvis clones, that's a whole different kettle of fish, as my brother, the dearly departed Curtis Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, used to say. I think they even made a movie about the Elvis clones, or had them in there or something. I thought I remembered something like that. Maybe some of you out there know what I'm talking about when you talk about those Elvis clones, man. That's something. Whole different. That's like a whole different race of people. It's like, what the hell? You got Indian Elvises, you got black Elvises, man. It is crazy, Maybe I'll do a Nerds on Culture about that, The Elvis clones. Well, I tell you, content is like forever. You know what I mean? Until you die, And then somebody else pick up the mantle and keep it going. Yeah. That's right. Man. But we're going to talk about these things a little bit, man. And more. Hopefully we can get some boxing conversation in with you guys, because I know some of y'all do want to talk about the sport, even though you don't really love the sport, You just out here, seeing what you can do to start some mess. Yeah, that's what you into. More drama than anything else, More drama than anything else. But we've seen so many things. So much to talk about. I'm going to go out there to the chat and see who's in the building. See what we can conjure up as far as support in the chat. Jose Diaz in the building, bright and early this morning, saying salute Stormy. Hope everything is going well. Yes, sir. Mahari Nation Sports Podcast in the building with us, saying good morning, Stormy B Man, on this Super Bowl Sunday. Like he really a football fan. Kano Local Sports, the brother is out there saying salute to all. Hashtag LDBC. What's going on with you, Kano Loco? The Messenger 215 in the building saying salute to the channel. Salute to you. My brother Boxing and Barbecue is out there saying morning, Stormy. Hey, Boxing and Barbecue, I got us set up for this Thursday, brother. Pies, oh my, as Dine and Dish returns. So you can be looking forward to my email to give you the particularities of Boxing and Barbecue. And then we could take it up for there. And on Thursday, we go 8 p.m. Central. Yeah! Dine and Dish returns to the Stormybman channel. For those of you who don't know what Dine and Dish is all about, just go to the archives of Stormybman's channel and punch in Dine and Dish and educate yourself, huh? Bring yourself up to speed, huh? Because it is a show that is worth sitting down to, especially for those of you who love culinary delight, huh? Yeah. Mr. Shelton is back with us this morning saying, Elvis is Eminem anyway. What's good with you, Mr. Shelton? Good morning to you. And the brother 704 Joe is out there, huh? From Dallas, Texas, saying peace. What's going on with you, 704? Good to see you as well this morning, brother. Yeah, man. We're going to bring it back with Dine and Dish this Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. See, I got so much happening over here, man. Sometimes Stormy has to write things down and, make note, take note, because you just don't know. As you get older, huh, you might forget a thing or two, huh? Some of y'all don't forget how to do the foolishness. No, you got plenty of time and space for that. That's why the other brain cells have eroded so much, huh? Because you haven't shored them up enough, huh? So just trash remains. Yeah. Steph Brown out there saying, be well. Be well yourself, bro. Boxing and Barbecue says, I noticed that. I thought we was a go for the end of the month, Thursday the 29th. But I think this Thursday is good as well. Okay. No, I said, let me backtrack on that. If I gave the impression the end of the month, I thought I would push it up because it's a show that we need to get out there, Boxing and Barbecue. And if all goes well, then we can come back with another, right away. But that pies, oh my, you gave a great idea about that, talking about that, man. And hopefully we can have a great, tremendous, no pun intended, cook on that subject. Mind of Mansa Musa, LLC, is in the building saying, salute, Sensei. What's going on with you, Mansa Musa? Yeah. Yeah, man. Woo. Okay, Boxing and Barbecue. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, sometimes when creating content, especially if you do various subject matter, it's good to bring something different and refreshing in, because there's a burnout for information overload on specific subjects, which is one of the reasons why I don't like to focus in too much on fighters when they tweet messages out and there are rumors of something taking place, unless contracts are signed and things of that nature. I don't want to talk about that too much, but I can always talk about breaking down styles and, strategies and things of that nature, speaking with coaches and trainers and information like that. Or when fighters are looking to lend their assistance to a new generation up and coming. Those are articles of interest for Stormy B-Man that I like to take note of, interpret, and give you my take on those type of articles, because there is so much information for the sport to be covered, but it is bottlenecked into a small pool of popular and unpopular individuals. And I don't like to focus in like that, like some. I just like to do something a little bit different. That's why several of my premieres for next week will be covering different subjects outside of the mundane, the day-to-day coverages of certain individuals and subjects. So let that be known. But one article and subject of note that came through again this week on one of the UK channels that covers the sport of boxing in depth was Conor Ben. This young man is still out there talking jive, with the names of the likes of Tank Davis, Devin Haney, on his lips. I don't know that Conor is as focused as he may need to be on his own career, especially not having faced any serious opposition to put him on par with some of these fighters that he was talking about. But people are starting to take note, and maybe it's because of something that Stormy has said, but when a guy can't fight in his own country because he has been tabbed as testing positive for performance enhancing drugs, and suspensions follow and things of that nature, and his promoter works night and day for him to get him back in the ring because he feels that there's a cash flow for this particular fighter whom nobody really cares about, not even his own country people. But it's like, it's a weird thing. So you bring him over to the US to have cards where nobody really gives a damn. But the knockout streets have stopped since he's fought 3 times over here. I keep talking about that because it's so obvious, people. Eggs my ass. There are welterweights who will hand him not only his BBL PED enhanced rear end, but they will show the separation of the levels of where he thinks he is and the levels where they truly are. There are several, at least 6 welterweights all ready to hand him what he deserves. And I would advise any top 10 contender worldwide that is asked to face this man, don't price yourself out, but insist on VADA testing, Olympic style testing, and insist on the fight being held in America. See, that's the new thing of today, where fighters are pricing the opportunity for the fight to take place out of reach, meaning no one is going to pay what's being asked for. That's the new form of ducking of today. A fighter who's never made over $3 million should not be asking for 12 to 15 and even $20 million. Ridiculous. But it's happening more and more on a regular basis. And you need to be able to recognize that. But it's happening. Dr. Mark, I see you out there. What's happening with you, brother? Good to see Dr. Mark in the building this morning. Jose Diaz says, fact. Yeah. You know Stormybman gonna keep it real and true on that kind of stuff, man. These drug cheats, I've got no place in my heart for them at all. But I can sure put on my steel-toed Timbs, tight as they can be, and kick them so far you would think I was a professional NFL goal kicker. Because they need that right in the tush. Huh? Yeah. Dopers. Can't stand them, man. Can't stand them. And if you got something to say about it, let's talk about it, huh? Yeah. Phone lines are now open. They open. Join Stormybman in a conversation on boxing. What's happening out here? Yeah. The one thing I ain't gonna talk about is the Super Bowl, though. Even though I may find myself tuning in a little later, it's really of no interest to me. I don't have any concern as to who's gonna win, by how many points, who's the favor. It's just a reason for me to sit down and eat some of these snacks that I got and watch some TV and kick my feet up. Yeah. So what we got going, guys? Come on, let's take one. Let's take a call this morning. Jose Diaz, call in. I don't recall you calling in, bro. I don't recall you calling in. Why don't you call in? Let Stormy and the subs hear your voice, hear what you got to say. Outside of fact. Boxing and Barbecue says, I agree. Yeah, man. ATX, Big Cletus, what's happening with you, bro? Long time. Where you been, man? Where you been? Y'all see how I did that? Y'all see that? You see how Stormy move? That's how my wrenches are supposed to move. Mr. Shelton, call in, bro. See, one thing y'all do is y'all sit out there, and then once one person called, then you all start trying to call at the same time. ATX says, work schedule crazy, Stormy. I understand, man. I understand. That's you know, sometimes it hits us all like that. It's just that I noticed that you haven't been around. That's all. Stormy pays attention to those things. Just like I pay attention to those who try to slip in on the sly with these ghost accounts and fake accounts. Call themselves cozying up. I'm like right on it, man. But I wish my wrenches were on it like me. A testament that some of you guys are multitasking. You're watching my show, you're watching other shit. And notice that I said my show and other shit. I did say that. Yes. Because there's plenty of them out there that act like they friend, but they're foe. I've found these things to be true. Instead of somebody wanting to tell you something to your face, they want to go on the internet and do that thing y'all call sneak dissing. How you gonna sneak? It's the internet. It's out here. Trill Will, what's happening with you, bro? Good morning. Good Sunday morning to you. For those of you who are aware, Trill Will typically follows up right around noontime Central with his show. Trill Will, you're more than welcome to call in. I don't think I've heard you call in a long time. What I got to do to get you guys to participate? Just like in a real class, don't nobody want to raise their hand. Everybody tuck their hand in their pockets and everything. But Stormy calls on everybody. Huh? Call on all of you. The back of the class will be filled with all your asses. Back of the class. Oh, now see, that's some real dedication right there. Trill Will is in church, but he listening in. Now, ain't that something? You're in church, supposedly you're giving God his glory, but you out here listening to Stormy. I can't compete with God. I'm just saying that right now, huh? Get your priorities straight. Get them straight. Because you ain't going to be able to blame Stormy, huh? Even though Stormy says the same thing that the Lord says. Everybody ain't going to make it. Yeah. Okay, we got 267 in the house calling in. Who's calling? What's on your mind?
How you doing, Stormy D, man? I'm just chiming in. This is D-Mac.
Hey, what's happening, B-Mac? How you doing, man?
All right, what we talking about today? I just turned it on. I ain't really get your topic. I'm running late.
No, it's kind of open. I started off talking about Connor Ben a little bit because he out here bumping his gums, trying to drum up some kind of sentiment or support to say that he want to fight some of the named fighters over in the U.S., but he hasn't even been cleared to fight in his home country and hasn't had a step-up level fight to fight one of the top guys in the U.S. And as far as I'm concerned, he's still a drug cheat that has never really had to deal with, what I'm saying is full suspension and acknowledgement that he effed up, but he wants to fight somebody. And he wants to fight him for money that he can't make elsewhere. So I think that he need to go sit down somewhere. That's my personal thought. Drug cheat, because that's what that is, man. Why are we rewarding bad behavior in 2024? I think Cat Williams said it best when he said 2024 is going to be about truth and revelation. You're either on God's side or you're on that side. And that side appears to be the popular road, But on God's side, there's accountability, humbleness, humility, and knees bowing, And the last I checked, somebody said to Stormy when I was talking about bow down, they was like, ain't bowing down to nobody. Well, when God comes to collect that due penance, watch how the knees buckled in.
Yeah.
Did I say it or did I say it?
Yeah, you said a lot, man. I've been is a drug cheat, they can treat him like they did Big Baby Miller, and he taking the Tyson Fury route, move to another country.
Yeah. And still ain't nobody questioning or asking the questions. Hey, why Tyson Fury ain't fighting in the U.S.?
Yeah, exactly. I tell that to people in the gym. They don't know. I said, heavyweight champion of the world can't fight here. They're like, really? Hell, And then when I do tell them, they act like they really don't even care either.
That's because, you know why? I'm going to tell you why that is. See, this is a double entendre, brother. When the reason that people act like they don't care, it's not an act. But think about it this way. You listen to me. I have a basic YouTube channel and podcast. But a lot of what I deliver is factual information you could look up and check for yourself. You got something going on there, bro?
No, I'm just starting the brand. That's all.
Oh, that's that noise, that ringing, that buzzing or whatever. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
People are listening into that, but I'm a very small channel. But the big media outlets and everything, they don't tell you about the things that you should know. And so therefore, because they don't never talk about it, it's an insignificant thing when Stormybman is talking about it because the big outlets haven't said nothing. You see what I'm saying? It's like, well, this guy is saying this, but ESPN and IFL TV, whatever, those guys, they're not talking about that. So it's like, it's almost like I'm speaking rubbish, right? But I'm not. So that lets you know that the huge outlets, they're not revealing the information simply because they want the continued access and to be able to be in the positive graces of these nefarious individuals who have these unethical practices. But see, I'm not worried about allegiance, because there's only one allegiance that you should have. But again, I am not the man to instruct over morality. But then common sense at some point should kick in for anybody. You understand? And since it's not, guess what? That's when Stormy says, F+, get your ass to the back of the class.
Back of the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, boxing is a very interesting sport. And it's corrupt, beyond corrupt. still love it though, but you know, the politics of it is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and all we could hope for is this. If people would definitely speak the honest truth about things, then the public would be informed, and then the public can make their best decisions moving forward. And if you ask me, for those who are drug cheats, those who have cheated in every way that you can cheat possibly in the sport and got away with things, got over on people, sometimes even put people's lives and careers in jeopardy, sometimes even have caused injury and death. But if it was totally disclosed, then the paying public would be able to optimize their buying dollars by letting you know directly what they do and do not support. And when you don't provide that, they go blindly into supporting because they just want something from the sport. But just like when you eat healthily, sometimes there are some things on your plate you should just push away. But it takes the self-discipline of the individual. The plate is full, but you're supposed to be able to have discernment over what you accept and what you reject. You know?
Yeah.
And that's how you have to look at it. Remember, I talk about boxing, but I also talk about life. And I talk about how it's similar. Your fight in life and the fight that takes place in the sport of boxing. It's quite similar. There are ongoing wars, but little battles being fought at different levels all the time. Some you win, some you take an L. But the whole point of it is you never give up the fight.
Yeah. That's good. Anything going on else in the sport?
Oh, there's plenty going on, man. Plenty going on. One moment while I welcome, we got Lala D out there in the chat. What's going on with you, Lala D? It's good to see you out there this morning. JDM says, evening, Stormybman. All facts on Conor Ben. His fan base has died over here. Salute to JDM. I take he's over there in the UK. But listen, man, I keep it real. And you know what? Because I keep it real like that, and I'm not saying like, oh, Stormy just a keep it real guy. No, I present the information as it really truly is. And some people get in their feelings about it. Just like, you know, I love boxing. That means I like fighters whether they come from the UK, Mexico, Australia, the US, Puerto Rico. It doesn't matter. I love the sport. And I want to see fair play across the board for everybody. That's why I talk about the titles. When I say someone is a titleist as opposed to being a champion has a reign, meaning that he defends his position against the opposition that's available, whether it's number one contention or the last rated fighter. He's reigning over all. Titleists are opportunists. They are the ones that will secure a payday and an opportunity that is temporary, that is immediate, right now, a present thing. So they may not be holding that title after this because they have a short-sightedness. They're not looking to overcome all odds and be the man. In other words, undisputed in the sport of boxing. But when you see someone holding a title and then they give up this title and they go for that title, it's typically associated with avoiding something that could be difficult. And is that not robbing the fans?
Yes. Yeah. That's why the sport is the way it is. That's the way it is.
Exactly. But if you have someone like myself that's telling you these things, you might not like it, especially when it applies to the guy you support in the sport. But if I'm telling factual information, just research for yourself. and look and see as a whole. And then you can make better assessments about who you truly support. Because there's always going to be popularity, right? When you were coming up in school, wasn't there a most popular girl and a most popular guy? Huh? But that was there. That was in school. But then you get out of school and you get into the real world, there's people far more popular than they were, ain't it? Yeah. And that's the reality. That's why you don't focus in so minutely on that is immaterial. That doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. That's why.
Yeah. It's hard to keep that rein when you was a cool kid and to be a cool adult. A lot of stuff you was doing was immature. So.
Yeah. I was watching an interview with Dick Gregory this morning. And salute to that old brother that was such a sage of wisdom. He was our Yoda, you understand? But he said, and you just heard me mention high school. He said he was invited on this committee to talk about global warming, right? Because they wanted to pick his brain, because they know he's a very intelligent man. And Dick Gregory was noted as a tremendous comedian in his day and everything. But he became an activist, right? So they're asking him, Dick Gregory, so what do you have to say and think about global warming? And he's like, look, all I know is we have ice glaciers that's been on this earth for like millions of years. And he said, and they melting. He said, that's all I'm going to say. They melting. He was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? They've been on the earth for millions of years and they melting now. Something is wrong, basically, right? So whether you think it's global warming or whatever, something is happening, right? And that's an intelligent answer. So they got mad when he said that. And they said, do you have anything else to say? Any other thoughts, Dick Gregory? And this is the part that made me relate to what I just said about high school. He said, he went in a total different direction. He said, yeah, you ever remember when you was in high school, there was always an albino kid, right? In high school, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
He said there was always a albino kid in high school. He's like, but where they at now? He's like, in real life, after high school, you don't see them no more. He was like, did they get sucked up into a vacuum? Where did they go? And you know what? I'm sitting there watching, and I said to myself, damn, he right. Where did the albino kids go, bro? Man, Dick Gregory was something else, man. He was something else because it's humorous. Yes, humorous as you want to be. But he's spot on. Where are those people at, bro? Where they at? You get on a plane, you go traveling, you don't see them. You ride the bus every day to work on your commute, you don't see them. You in the grocery store, you don't see them. You could go in Walmart, you don't see them. So where they at?
No. I don't know. That is weird. Do they die or what? I don't know.
Dude, when he said that, listen, I was too done when he said that because I was like, I can't even answer that one. I'm like, man, Dick Gregory, bro, let me go back and do some more studying.
Dick Gregory, funny guy, man. Him and Bill Cosby, funny guy, man.
Awesome, man.
Funny guy.
Yeah, brother, yeah. But, asking about what else is happening in boxing. Did you see the Ryan Garcia situation with Devin Haney?
Yeah, and you made the reference to Bernard Hopkins. That was hilarious.
Yeah, right? Because wasn't that similar, though? Hey,
man,
for anybody,
trash and throw down their flag and then started running. We laughed so hard in the depot. I work in the transportation. We was laughing so hard, man.
Man,
we went up there to see the fight too.
But dude, did you see him? Because they was like in a school auditorium or something, and he jumped over the rail that leads down to the tunnel to go out the stadium. They was like 5 or 6 levels up. Bernard threw the damn flag down. He threw the flag down, and the people rushed him, and he jumped over that thing and jumped down. Man, you would have thought Bernard Hopkins was Spider-Man or something. He was
he got away like he was Batman, man. He got away, man. That thing was removed. Man, Bernard, so usually you get caught on something like that. Was he over in Puerto Rico at the time? I don't know. Was he over there? Because I was over there before the fight that summer, and I was a big Trinidad fan. And I was going on a cruise, and I told all the Puerto Ricans on the cruise and everything was over there in Puerto Rico. I said, look, you like, Trinidad? They say, yeah. I said, you know who his next fight is? They like, no, let me fight. I said, he's fighting the guy from where I'm from, named Bernard Hopkins. I said, the problem what's going to happen is it's too much weight for him. He's not going to beat this guy. They didn't even know who was Bernard Hopkins, where, what. They didn't care. They were like, no, he won't. I said, okay. You really think he's going to step up all that weight and beat him? Okay. And I love Tito. There was people in Philly thought Bernard couldn't win. But they don't understand boxing.
Right.
Weight.
Yeah, and you know, it was funny. So when Ryan did what he did, it was equally hilarious because he all up in Devin's face, you know, barking and this and that. And then he pushes Devin, and then Ryan disappeared. Like, you know, like, what do they call that? When you, teleporter, you know, like in the X-Men, that dude that could teleport. Ryan was like, poof, he was gone, and it was just the security guard there and everything. He was up out of there. I was like, man, this dude is hilarious, man, because, listen, first of all, this fight should have been made already, right? When he and Devin first talked, it should have been made, but Ryan let Floyd get involved in everything and deter him, and it made him receive bad press again. You know what I'm saying? It's like he ain't do nothing but hurt himself, so nobody really takes his ass serious now and everything. So even if that situation was like, even if it was staged, which they do that stuff sometimes to draw up the interest, it still looks hilarious because it's like, is he gonna do that in the ring too? It's like he gonna turn around and go.
He's trying to cash out, man. He's trying to fight all the big names he can, get his money and get out of there.
But listen,
25.
But B-Mac, let me say this about that though. If he does that, he's still better than Tank and any of those others. Yeah. You know why?
Yeah.
Because he's fighting the big name guys. He's fighting them. Whether he could beat them or not. Whether he could beat him or not. And see, I have to take my hat off and respect him for doing that. Just like when he originally, a few months ago, when he stepped to the notion of taking on Devin, a lot of us had said, wow, if Ryan wants to fight Devin, that's what's up. And see,
that's big. He fought Tank and Devin. That's big time.
But see, now you can see where Floyd's intervening, right? It shows the character of Floyd. This is why you don't hang people on these pedestals, because Floyd made his money. He made his career. And now he's interfering with other people who could make their names and their careers. And he's past it already. He's done. He's finished. But he's out here. He's not mentoring. He's not cultivating. He's not developing. He's not advising. He's hurting the sport, Floyd.
Yes,
and the thing about it is, you don't need that in a sport that exists with so much corruption at the root of the sport to begin with. So if Ryan and Haney want to fight each other, and some of the other contenders want to fight the top guys, let these men have their careers. Stay your nose out of it, because you've done your thing. You've had your day. It's a new day. Let these men do what they do. And if Tank Davis don't want to be a part of it, F him. Because there's always going to be someone else to replace you. And it's one of the things that, like the NFL is so close to boxing, is that in the NFL, you could be drafted to a team, number 1 draft pick or number 2, second round or whatever. And you go to a team and they like you, you make the team, and you be out there playing, you have a decent season as a rookie. Sometimes you can win Rookie of the Year or be in the running up for Rookie of the Year. But guess what? Next year there's another draft. And sometimes that draft pick will fall into your team's hand. And then they could draft somebody who has the potential to be better than you. Yeah. And guess what they're going to do with you? Bye-bye and bring the new guy. Huh? And see, that happens. And isn't that like real life? Yes. So in the sport of boxing, why are you holding on to the toe of a guy who has been showing you only one hand? And that's Tank Davis. He's been showing you one hand. I'm not saying he's not capable of being better than what he's shown. I'm saying he doesn't have the incentive. He doesn't have the desire. He doesn't have the motivation to show you that he's more than what he's shown. He's comfortable in his skin. Well, fine. Live in that skin like a cocoon. But guess what? There are other caterpillars out of here that's ready to transition and become butterflies. You understand? And they can do it without you. Huh? That's all.
It's sad that De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather are promoters now, and they're horrible promoters because they were warriors of the fighters, and they're not what you just said, making the sport better by promoting these younger guys and pushing them in big fights and stuff. They're horrible, both are horrible promoters.
Yeah.
They're worse than Don King and Bob Arum. At least they made fights. Don made fights, had good cards.
Yeah.
And they're worse than Bob Arum. I didn't like Bob Arum, but they're worse than him. He made better fights than them. Oh, my God. These guys are horrible. And they're young.
It's really...
They're my generation. They're my age.
It's really jacked up, man. Because I'm going to tell you something. Think about it like this. It's a very applicable motivational tool. Malcolm X once said about the plight of the black family, you cannot be what you cannot see. In other words, if you have doctors, lawyers, professionals who are skilled in trades, someone who has become more than just a policeman or a fireman, someone who has gone on with further education and become like a businessman, a owner, some type of a CEO. If you can't see that in your own community, right? Because remember, when you have a community, it's everybody that's in that community, they working and everything. But if you have people who become so successful that they move away from that, so they're no longer really tangible. You can't touch them. You can't open your door and see them down the street cutting their grass or whatever. Well, what happens is that blue collar guy that goes to work every day and that poor family who are struggling, they are next door to each other, but you don't see those professionals anymore. You don't see. So you can't be what you can't see. You can't aspire to be more than what's just within the realm of your experience or your existence. You see what I'm saying? And so to understand that when it applies to boxing, if you have all these fighters out here, some who are at the top of the sport as champions, some who are titleists, some who are even contenders, but they don't fight each other, they don't give you the excitement of the competitive nature that is really at the core of the sport. Why, as a young guy coming into the game, should you aspire to be more than what's prevalent, what's right in front of you? especially if there's no incentive to be more. There's no desire to be better.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. You know, after Tank and them, older, like it's the next generation.
But see, what happens is this. What happens is this. When you do it to the degree of where it presently is, there are young people who will look at that and see that as a form of weakness. And then they who have the gumption, the desire, the ambition to raise the level of their own awareness, consciousness, and be better and do better, it will turn. And those guys who were before them will be forgotten when they begin to make their own mark and stamp their own legacies. This is why you've heard Stormybman say in the past, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, the men who are on top now, everybody is not going to remember these guys. There might be a couple whose name will go down in history and move forward as legendary. But for the most part, the guys who were always waiting for big paydays and flaunting the money that they did make with a fight and this and that, that's all superficial. Nobody remembers what Ray Leonard made when he fought Marvin Hagler. Nobody remembers what Tommy Hearns made when he knocked out Roberto Duran. What you remember was the fight. Huh?
Yeah.
And the two men who performed electrically in that fight and made you feel like you can't wait to see another one. Huh? That's what you remember?
Yeah. I only remember seeing paydays back then is when the Mike Tyson fight, on how much money was being spent. They'd say, like, you know, Mike Tyson making $20 million a fight. You know, $50 million in this whole one night. $60 million.
Hold on. Let me help you with this though. Mike Tyson, during his early career, that wasn't the focal point for Mike.
No.
What happened is when he fought Spinks,
yeah,
and Don King took over his career and baited him into firing the people who had brought him up to that point.
That was a bad move.
We know that now. Hindsight being 2020, absolutely.
Move.
But what happened is that's what Don King sold. You understand? Don King sold the money. And it became so superficial, and it really a material thing that once you are kind of in that position where you have enough money that you're not hungry anymore, that your family's not hungry, you've had the excess of life, you don't have the motivation for things anymore. So you lose that edge. And so that's what happened with Mike. Okay? But think about it in a different way. If that was all Don had to market, it soon dries up and goes away. Other men became champion. Don wasn't relevant anymore. And where is Don right now?
He's an old man.
You see? But look at Tyson. How damaged did Tyson become after that association? Tremendously damaged. He even did a stint. You know what I'm saying? But he had different people with him that could have helped him go in a different direction. I said could have, because choices are yours. And he made the choice to get rid of those people. He did. Don didn't get rid of them, but Don helped influence him by saying, man, you don't need them. We brothers, huh? But sometimes who can hurt you better than he who is closest to you, huh? It's a lesson for life. So when you're looking at what transpires with these men, again, know what's important. Once you've made enough money to take care of your family, you have to find something else to fight for. Ali is the most famous fighter in history. And with him, it wasn't always about the money, because Ali probably gave away more money than he brought in. But you can't take his name away. Huh? And why does his name remain? It's because of the man he was and his deeds that he accomplished. See, that's the difference. That's the difference. Just because you talk and got a loud mouth and voice and social media, where you can have millions of followers and all of that foolishness, that doesn't make you a great man. That doesn't mean that people, the world renowned, will look at you when you're no longer here. Ali famously once said, I can go to anybody's house and eat dinner. And people laughed when he did that interview and he was talking like that. But he was right. Who would refuse that man to come to their house for dinner? Right? And you might not even be a boxing fan. You might not even be a boxing person of knowledge of boxing. But you'd be like, that's Muhammad Ali? He wants to come to our house for dinner? Sure, honey, clean the kitchen, do this, straighten up the living room, kids, throw the garbage out. You would have Ali over, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. Would you have Mike Tyson over?
Nah, people ain't gonna have Michael. Some people will, some people won't.
Yeah, but listen. Remember what I said about a man and his deeds, right? Listen, I'm going somewhere with this. Would you have Floyd over?
No, a lot of people wouldn't have to.
Okay, now, let me tell you about the men and their deeds. Mike Tyson, known for being out in the public, out at clubs and in public venues, grabbing and groping women, huh? Mm-hmm. Would you want him in your house with your daughters who could be of age or development with your wife, huh?
No.
Would you want that around yours?
No, the rumors.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Remember, I said I'm going somewhere with this. Now, Ali, who was known in public, he would grab strange babies and kiss them and hold them and take pictures with them and everything. You'd be confident with him around you and your family, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, let's go back to Floyd. Floyd, Mr. All Lives Matter. Okay? Mr. Money Mayweather. Huh? Yeah. So he comes to your house, but isn't he more than likely to tell you, I don't like these kind of digs, man. This ain't my thing, second thought, on second thought, I don't think I'll come. Huh? That's Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd would say, I don't come to row houses with things. It got to be a thing.
But
with a driveway.
But you got people out here worshiping the hell out of him, right?
Yeah, you got people. But they follow the celebrity and flash money.
But the difference is, like I said, the deed of the man. That's what you're looking at, truly, in essence. Mm-hmm. And since all lives matter, yours don't. Huh?
Yeah.
Since he's money made, you don't matter. Huh? Because you ain't got it like that. Huh? Now, for Mike, he might be ready to do another stint. Touching on your daughters or something.
You got to be in there close by your Roscoe and your dog, looking at him and make sure he don't act up.
Or is he going to pull out something in front of everybody and start smoking and sniffing and all of that foolishness? Listen, man, I keep telling people, character goes a long way, man. Character goes a long way. Lack of it stops on a dime. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah, something to look at. Something to look at. But I ain't trying to hold you, Stormy. I'm not going to hold up your line, have other people call in. But I enjoyed talking to you.
I appreciate your call, brother. You know, anytime, man, when I open them lines up, you're more than welcome.
Hey, I always wanted to go to Chicago to check out their restaurant. If I ever come there, I'm going to come to your gym and you're going to work me out, all right?
Well, I have to meet up with you somewhere because I don't have a gym right now. I've stopped training people, man. I stopped working in the gym.
Oh, okay.
But I could refer you. I could refer you to some places. But you can't get me to
Stormybman workout.
You can't,
I was gonna bring the gloves and everything. I was gonna
listen, man. Let me tell you something about that. My approach to that is so serious that I wouldn't have time to do something like that for recreation.
Okay.
It's not a game. It's not.
No, it's not.
So you can do that wherever you are. You can take the Stormybman philosophy and apply it in principality to your physical efforts. You don't have to come in my presence to do that, because every time I create a live stream content when I'm talking the sport of boxing, I'm giving you something of use. All you got to do is apply it. You see? That's the important thing. But again, it's not a game for me. It never has been. I've had opportunities to go to Vegas and work with people down there and all of that, but that wasn't my goal wasn't to get rich quick in the sport of boxing and become a part of a pool of unethical matter that I didn't want to be a part of. You understand? Compromise.
Yeah.
That wasn't something I was looking to do.
Yeah, the boxing is a dirty sport. Yeah, yeah, you have to compromise. Yeah, yeah. But all right, Stormy B, man, I'm not gonna hold you.
All right, man. I appreciate your call. Have a good one.
All right, thanks.
Peace.
Have a good one. Peace.
Yeah. B Mac. First call of the day. Almost 100 and some views. But only how many? $16 concurrent. Go back to my little boogie woogie since I don't have a call on right now. Champion Hart says, I read a Life magazine article that had listed Ali as number 3 of one of the most loved individuals in the world. Yeah. I could believe that. Kondo, what's happening with you? I see you out there. 38 thumbs up. Almost over a little 100 people, but only 38 thumbs up. But so-and-sos be watching, don't they? And they be out here. They be out here. They be out here like this. Yeah. That's how they be out here. So the lines are still open, man. Who we got? Okay, we got 817 in the building. What's going on?
Hello?
Yep.
My brother, salute to you, man. It's Champion Hard.
What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Oh, man, shit. Out here trying to get it, brother. I'm in a bad area, man. I might lose you, but I just want to chop it up with you real quick.
It's all good. Go ahead. What's on your mind, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, man. What you were saying about Ali, man, I had read a Life magazine article, man, some years ago. It was saying that I think Ali was like number 3 on the list of most loved individuals in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was like right under Jesus Christ or something like that, if I remember right.
Yeah, you know, listen, man, the whole point of Ali and his fame came at a cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It did. And that's not to detract. Ali's fame because he put it on the line. He put it on the line in the ring, and he put it on the line outside the ring. He stood for something. He was a man of principle. Even sometimes when he was incorrect or had made a ill-fated decision, he stood for that. And what people admire was the courageousness and the stick-to-itiveness that he had behind that. And that's what was respected. And then to see him have those elements that were incorporated from his personal life and his personality characteristic transform into his performances in his matches, the bouts that he fought. Again, collectively, at the end of the day, you look at that, and that's what elevates the man. You know what I mean? It's all encompassing. It's all together. This is why when I talk about the character of these fighters and the men, it means more than what what is actually being scratched on the surface. People can get angry all they want, but I haven't lied. I've told the truth.
Yeah, that's true. Ali's greatness, definitely went beyond the boxing. No, that's for sure.
Yeah, we have a handful of guys of today that when their careers are done, people will still look back at them and have respect for their accomplishments, have wishes for it would have been more extensive. That would require some of their contemporaries to participate, of course. And then it'll be a fondness for at least they brought what they could, you see? That's why I say everybody ain't going to make it. And that's why I said that it's going to be few remembered. Ain't nobody going to think about the purses, the money, and things of that nature. They're going to think about, wow, so-and-so was right there with so-and-so for this entire era and never even considered fighting him. See, that will stick in people's craw. Just like when Riddick Bowe didn't fight Lennox Lewis.
Yep.
I truly believe had those two men fought each other when they were originally supposed to fight, one of them would have become the heavyweight of the 90s. One of them. But because they did not, it allowed for so many other things to take place. Lennox still ended up becoming the undisputed champ from that era, but he had to go a long route to get there. And Evander Holyfield, who managed to achieve greatness even within being the smaller of all those guys and having been, lost to Bowe and stopped by Bowe, but come back and still win titles and stuff. He had a greatness there. And don't forget, he was the undisputed cruiserweight champion. So there's legacy with that man. But guys like Tyson and Bowe, guys like Ray Mercer, they all could have had so much more, but they didn't do what they needed to do. And they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. So what else you got there, Champion Heart? Oh, we lost him. That's what he said. He might drop off. It's okay. He may call back. Who else we got out there? Lala D, if you're still out there, give me a call in. Okay, I'm going to take this moment out to let us hear from my man, the Focus Ball. Focus Ball is an important part of our community with what he brings from a historical standpoint and his overall knowledge and contributions.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Got to get you some of that you know. And the focus ball, for those of you fighters out there, those of you just trying to stay in shape and keep agile and mobile, the focus ball is for you. Listen, we got a fight coming up this Friday, where O'Shaquie Foster will defend his WBC featherweight title against Abraham Nova. That's a good fight, y'all. This is another fight going to be televised on ESPN, a top-ranked promotion. But O'Shaquie Foster is a good fighter, and Abraham Nova is a good fighter. A highly competitive match between these two men. I have a breakdown video that will be coming up later in the week. But these are, once again, the kind of fights that we need to see in the sport of boxing. Top titleist and contender facing off against one another. Yeah, look forward to that. But it's what it's all about out here, man. Big time. That's what it's all about. Let's see here. Get ready to wind things down. We're going to wind it down a little early today. Not a lot of interest in the calls in today, and that's understandable. People are getting ready for the Super Bowl, and it gets like that sometimes. But yet and still, we persevere. We move forward. And I just hope that everybody enjoy their Sunday, you know. Enjoy your Sunday, enjoy the Super Bowl. And we'll see. So we're going to get on up out of here, family. I appreciate everybody that came out today. A couple of calls I received. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. And we'll catch you guys next Sunday for another Answering the Bell. Peace to everybody out there. Shout out to the mighty LDBC.